dfcradio.com.
Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Cook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Cook up that hydro make me feel high.
Yes, all right. Welcome. The kitchen is open. I am your friendly neighborhood hydroponic chef. You can listen to me in your kitchen. You can listen to me in your hydro store. I want to take over for the next hour, all up in your ear hole. And we got a good show for you today. In the studio today, we've got Space Cakes Edibles, and we've also got Crossfaded, doing a little bit of crossfadedness. Go ahead and say hi, everybody. We got Vanessa, Adrian.
Hello.
Hola.
And then we like to keep you up on the news. We're the only show offering cannabis edible reviews, gardening advice, and giveaways from our sponsors, General Hydroponics, Botanicare, Vermicrop, Hawthorne, and all the other great sponsors at DFC Radio. Without you, none of this is possible. We also got Magical Butter Machine to give away today, 562-653-0707. The phone lines are open. We want to help you learn about cooking with cannabis. So let's start off the show with a little bit of news. I've been gone for a week, though, you guys. I've been gone for a week out in Phoenix, and I also visited the Tempe area. And what once was a dry state is blowing up out there. So it was cool to, it was bummered I had to be gone for a week, but it was cool to get to see that side of Arizona, and it's blowing up in the cannabis side of things. And some of their laws are a little bit more lenient than what we got going on out here in California,
Really?
or even Washington for that matter.
Damn.
But so I was going to lead right into this. We like to bring you up on the news, and as always, the state liquor is up against cannabis again in Washington. They're trying to shut this shit down. So in Seattle, certain cannabis-infused candy could start vanishing from store shelves across Washington next year. The Seattle Times reported that the Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board announced Wednesday that it will reevaluate all edible marijuana products in an effort to cut back on products that may appeal to children, which is great, except Washington State legalization recreational pot in 2012 had been rules barring products that are especially appealing to children. But spokesman Brian Smith said the board has received complaints. In a presentation posted online, the agency identified colorful gummy style and hard candies as ripe for a regulatory crackdown. Edible producers must resubmit their products to agencies by January 1st. Now, that's the crazy thing is not this isn't just for like a gummy bear shaped edible. This is for squares, circles. This is for anything.
Hearts,
so that's
whatever.
they're hating on anything at this point, and that's a hard one they're going to have to navigate around in Washington. So we have an opinion on that around here. And then also, it seems as if the corporate cannabis world wants into the drink industry, and it's no new news to anyone when they see people love to ingest cannabis. We're going to be talking about ingesting cannabis through drink form tonight on the show. And these big companies out there, they want in. The article here, blue chips consumer companies see green in weed. Constellation Brands, the owner of Corona, has more than $4 billion stake in the cannabis company and Canopy Growth right now. And during an earnings call, the analyst last week, Constellation CEO Robert Sands, said the decision to invest in the cannabis business was an offensive move and is opposed to a defensive one. Sands said Constellation originally got involved with Canopy to develop drinks, but then as the deal progressed, it became evident that the whole market, all channels, all forms is going to be explosive. Brewer Molson Coors is also getting into the cannabis market. It has a joint venture in Canada to develop non-alcoholic cannabis-infused beverages. And then, just as we heard last week, Coca-Cola said that it's closely watching the cannabis sector as rumors swirled about it looking to partner with Canada's Aurora Cannabis on a beverage that would have CBD, a non-psychoactive component in marijuana, as the ingredient. And the financial officer of Pepsi recently said, because if Coke's going to do it, Pepsi's going to talk about doing it, in an earning conference call with analysis, that it's looked in the cannabis industry, even though it has no current plans. That's what they say when they're a big corporation. We are neither can deny or accept that this is happening, but yes, we take all comers. And they want in, and they're ready to join the cannabis industry. Can you imagine popping open a CBD Pepsi It just seems cheesy to me, man.
Yeah.
It's the choice of the stone generation.
It's where it's going, though. That's unfortunate.
So big business is coming, y'all. But not if Jerry Brown has anything to say about it. Today, you guys, California Governor Jerry Brown signed a law that prohibits the sale of CBD cocktails and beverages. Since 2015, Los Angeles restaurants and bars began adding cannabinoids or CBD to cocktail menus. For the extra fee or elevated price, bars offer the non-psychoactive cannabis extracts as a supplement to any drink. The trend expanded greatly after the January 1st, 2018 legalization. So adding CBD to any cocktail in a public establishment is now illegal, thanks to Governor Jerry Brown signing Assembly Bill 2914 in late September. So, yeah, dude. That sucks.
Crazy.
Making it harder and harder. And so we have some people on the mic tonight that actually have a specific a thought on that. And we're going to make everyone wait around to the middle of the show to talk to them. But we've got some cannabis-infused vodka, and we're going to be doing some cannabis-infused cocktails. So that's an exciting way to start the after events of our pregame show. In pregame, we were smoking tough, getting dabbed out. And, I think it's time we try a new segment. Saint, I'm gonna pull up a phone number here, and we're gonna try to call a store and see if we can't prank a hydro store. And we're gonna, maybe if this turns out good, we're gonna keep doing this as a running bit.
That's gonna be fun.
You ready for this, Saint? Let's give a call out to a store. I'm gonna see the phone number here. I won't put it on the air because I know you guys don't want to get put on blast like that. But maybe this will turn into something funny. So, Saint, can I just call out from here?
Yeah.
How do I press the buttons for this?
That's
We
what
got a
she
caller. I don't want to hang up on them. There you go. If you could.
Hydro home brewing.
Yeah, I was looking for some grow equipment. Yeah, do you guys got pickaxes and shovels? I was trying to mine me some of them green nuggets.
Green nuggets?
Yeah, like gold panning. I missed the gold rush. Now I'm looking for some time in the green rush. Do you guys sell pickaxes, shovels, and gold pans?
Nope.
Oh, how about some of that triple, some of Grandpa's nutrients? What's Grandpa's nutrients? You got any of that?
No Grandpa nutrients here.
Well, golly. Well, no pickaxes, no shovels, and no Grandpa nutrients.
No, man, never heard of that stuff.
Well, if I can't grow some green nuggets, how's Pappy gonna get his vodka infused with the liquor?
I don't know.
So what if I need me some of them, some gold picks and some home brew and some stuff? Where can I come to, sir?
Right there at Bear Valley Hydroponics and Home Brewing.
Yeah,
baby.
You guys got the free commercial. Good for you guys. Good for you. We need them gold picks and shovels and axes.
There we go.
Shout out. Hey, this is the Hydro Chef just messing around with you. What's up? Is this Rob?
This is me.
Oh, man, you're a good sport, dude. I was waiting.
Like, what the
I was
hell
waiting
is
for
this?
you to give it to me, man, dude. You guys are a good sport. And for being a good sport, man, on my next visit, I'm going to come through with some T-shirts and some swag for you guys and hook you guys up with some samples, dude. What's up, Rob?
Oh, so, yeah, you actually
swag,
got me
dude.
that one and shit for a little bit.
Ah.
What the hell is this?
Hell yeah, buddy. Thanks for coming on the air on DFZ Radio's Farm to Table Cannabis Show. You guys have a good event up there, and, we wish you guys much success in the industry.
Thanks, guys.
Shop at Bear Valley, everyone.
Bear Valley.
Nice.
Peace.
That was a good one.
That was awesome.
that's
He
a
rolled.
keeper.
He
That's a
rolled with that
keeper.
one. We'll go ahead and save that one for a minute.
That's a keeper.
So we got to pay some bills. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk to MJ's Coco. We got a call coming in from Canada. So stay tuned. We got MJ's Coco Wana 1992 on Instagram. DFZ Radio 562-653-0707.
Side diesel in my blood, purple
drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. Sour diesel up in my blood, purple drink up in my cup, crank it up, crank it on up. That's D. Got me smoking the best, no stress cheese. Now hold up, now roll up. Check the situation, about to go nuts. With a little bit of perk up in my cup. You could tell the bartender to fill it on up. That's alright, baby, work your stuff. And that's all night, baby, work your strut. You and your friends can ride when I go. Take a little spin in my Monte Carlo. Take a little dip, baby, show you how I roll. Take a little hit, baby, puff on the hydro. Eyes so lit, make me look like my eyes closed. Purple drink mix, make me look like my eyes glow. Hypno, Grey Goose with a little grape juice. That's how it is, so I'ma have to take side diesel in my blood. Purple drink in my cup, someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. Sour diesel up in my blood, purple drink up in my cup, crank it up, crank it on up. It's the ADX team with no doubt in between, and we stay.
DFCRadio.com.
What up, people? It's your girl, Justina Valentine, and I'm rocking out with the Saint 562. Let's go. Word.
Hi, and welcome to Non-Specific Hydro.
Yeah, hey, I have a buddy of mine that was telling me about a great additive.
Okay, do you remember the name?
Yeah, his name's Steve. He's a good buddy.
No, the product.
No, he told me it was a super concentrated organic enhancer. Comes in a yellow bottle.
Well, it sounds like he's talking about Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics.
I don't think that was the name, but he also told me it was a vegan bioplant stimulator that contained vitamins, plant sugars, amino acids, seaweed extract.
Yeah, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
I don't think that's it, man. He told me it was something like Dora Vicious Flush or something, and he said it was like an organic supplement that could also be used in vegging or flowering, and it was compatible with hydro, soil, and cocoa.
Yes, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
Oh, hey, man, I just remembered what it's called. It's Floralicious Plus.
Oh, good. I was drawing a blank.
Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics. Ask for it by name.
DFCRadio.com.
Candy paint dripping cause I just got a fresh coat. California raised me, an LA baby. The Chevrolet raisin, scraping on Dayton's, riding down Rosecrans. Get with the program, call me the drone man, the hydros potens. Got your eyes low, lower than the ocean. Just west coasting through the coast with the potion and the best dro to smoke. The baddest bitches, girls in bikinis with ass titties. The hustle game easy, you just can't believe till you see me on TV. Drive down the wrong street, might see the tech smoke. Hop in the ride and let's go to the west coast. This life is like a movie. You meet a model bitch, then you fuck her like a groupie. California, 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 yeah, the county of LA. California, California, California.
All right. Welcome back, DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis. That was The Saint 562.
Yeah. California, baby.
That's right. Always doing it big.
That's right. She got it.
And speaking of people doing it big, our first guest today is MJ's Cocowana. And on Instagram, that's MJ's Cocowana.1992. Shout out to the 90s. We love it. And we're going to introduce Melissa, and she's doing her bacon thing, and we're going to let you know about it real quick here. Melissa, are you on the air?
Yes, I am.
Melissa, thank you so much. Welcome to Farm to Table Cannabis. We appreciate you calling all the way in. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell people where you're calling from?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm calling all the way from Toronto, Canada. We're MJ's Cocowana. We're basically a mother-daughter duo. My mother's name is Janet. My name is Melissa, so that's why we're MJ.
Ah, I see. All right. I
so
thought that was a shout out to Jordan or something.
Yeah, and Cocowana
Michael
is
Jackson.
I cook mostly with coconut oil, so Cocowana, coca marijuana.
Ah, that makes sense.
I like that.
Now, I mean, I've
And
been
1992 is basically when I first smoked a joint.
so you had to date yourself there. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Now, I've been following you for a minute now, and the reason why we asked you to come on is because it's basically your presentation. A lot of people are infusing cannabis, and a lot of people are doing it, but you're doing this on like a craft baking scale that's pretty impressive. A lot of people do the sweets, but you do a mixture of the sweets and the savory, so it's very interesting.
Yes.
One of the first things that caught my eye were those little tarts. They looked like cookies, but they almost looked like little mini pies. And if you go to her Instagram from 5 days ago, MJ's Coco Juana on Instagram, they're the little tarts. Now, tell me, how are you infusing with your coconut oil?
Well, actually, so with the coconut oil, what I do is I do the basic, like the kind of tea bag method with my bud. I use bud actually, so I do the coconut oil with the bud and like the cheesecloth. So
I see. That's a nice method. And then you have a little bit more control how long it steeps.
Yes.
Now
and I steep it for maybe 5 to 6 hours. Sometimes I just kind of go over like what the color looks like.
Now,
It's a nice amber color. I know it's ready.
Now, what got you into cooking with cannabis and making these beautiful baked goods?
Well, I really started baking with cannabis like many years ago, and it was just for fun at that time. And I did it off and on for friends and stuff like that. And then recently, I'm going to say about 6 months ago,
With all this
I
crazy
had
stuff
major
going on in
surgery.
Canada, you guys with your like blowing up legally and stuff.
Oh yeah,
You actually can
It
use
is.
medicine now.
It's just in like 7 days. We're going to be fully legalized here in Canada.
So you mentioned you found it through holistic purposes. You had an accident?
Yes, I had surgery, and all the medications and crap that they gave me was like just made me feel so much worse. So I was like, I'm just going to stop that and try my stuff, and it worked. Like, you wouldn't believe it worked. So then I just decided, let's see what I can do with this, and I started baking and cooking, and I do have a culinary background. So
Where did you go to school for cooking?
I went to George Brown College.
Awesome. And see, I mean, so many people come into this field and hard knock it. It's nice to see people making the transition from classically trained cooking to cannabis and cuisine.
Yes, and basically what our company is going to, because we're really new. Like I didn't start my Instagram until August 4th, this past August. And so we're really evolving quickly. And what we really want to do is private dining.
So the private dining experience, the custom catered events.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of people are getting into that because it's private, and some of it you don't have to necessarily go through a lot of the licensing and stuff like that.
Exactly. And it's just so much, you have more freedom, more creative freedom that way.
Now, I mean, I told you I wasn't going to throw any curveballs at you, but I'm just going to ask this one. If you don't know, go ahead and say, how is the laws work for you guys up there in Canada in 7 days? Are you going to be able to just have a cooking event and let's say an outdoor event and a potluck and make it a real potluck, or do you have to get licensing for that? Or
Unfortunately, not.
because I heard the flyers went out to the
Edibles will not be
mailboxes
legal
and stuff.
here for a year after recreational use of marijuana.
No.
So how we do it right now, we have all these like markets, these cannabis markets that happen throughout our city, and I'm a vendor. So that's how I'm doing. I'm doing more of my like Coney Island Fun Fair stuff at those shows.
Yeah.
You know, like cotton candy and freshly popped popcorn with all kinds of toppings, and my pot tarts, which you referred to as cookies. I call them pot tarts because I stuff them with all kinds of good stuff. So
I dig it.
I also make Jamaican beef patties, which are amazing. That's a huge seller.
And that's where the savory comes in right there.
Yes. And like we're actually
Where's that
going
influence
to be...
come from?
Sorry?
Where's that influence come from?
Oh, well, I love everything that's all food that's good. So
atta girl.
I can basically make anything.
Yeah, the classically trained background, that's big. So now, do you source your own ingredients? Are you growing your own, or do you use the awesome Canadian cannabis system to get your product?
Well, I have friends that do grow theirs, and they are very nice to me and give me some goodies to cook with. So I do know what I'm making.
So you can actually source your own ingredients and know what's going into it. Now, what are some of your more favorite strains to cook with?
The lemon kush I love.
Nice citrusy notes.
And
goes good with
I
food.
cooked also with vanilla recently. Vanilla kush is amazing.
Oh, that's a unique one. You guys got some of those different strains up there in Canada. That's
I'm
for sure.
I'm trying to pair them. As I'm just learning as I go. So I'm trying to pair. Like with all the different flavored notes of cannabis, I'm trying to pair them with the type of food that I'm making. And I do have an amazing distillery not far from me, and there's a gentleman that works there, and he's just so helpful because he does a lot of cooking with cannabis as well. So it's nice when I go there to feel like I'm going to a regular farmer's market, and I can ask him tell him what I'm making.
We don't have to say tomatoes anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so amazing, like how things are progressing here, and we definitely look towards you guys and how things are done.
Well, we appreciate that, and we're looking to you to see how to invest and how to make this legalization really work. So big ups to Canada and your guys' huge steps you guys are taking this week. So,
thank you.
So you're using actual flour. You're not using oil or rosin or distillate when you're making your oils.
I use distillate for certain things.
Okay.
So, like, say my lollipops, and I used distillate recently. I made honey two different ways. I made it like the long process way, like where I had it over a double boiler for like 30 hours, and I made like a really strong honey with flour, and then I just infused honey with distillate recently, and I use that, and I make smoothies, mango smoothies. So
nice.
That's
tasty.
Really,
I bet those
really
go big
additive
at the
for
farmers
that.
market for sure.
Yes.
So what are these local events, and where can people find your products?
The local events that I attend is called there's one that's called Lifted Market, and that one happens every couple of weeks within Toronto, and they're amazing. There's over 40 vendors there, and everyone sells different stuff, and it's just such a wonderful community. So basically I'm doing that right now, and then I also have another event that I'm doing next week. It's a 2-day event. It's called the Rebel Chef Series.
Rebel Yell.
They're amazing.
More food, more.
Yeah, so there's only 2 vendors at this event, and I'm one of them, and I'm the only edible vendor.
Atta girl.
Awesome.
Love that.
And then at the end of the month, 9 days after legalization, we are going to be a sponsor for a huge convention here that's called Weedstock. So, and we are basically the only person there because edibles are not going to be legal. So what we are able to do is showcase our catering abilities without it being medicated.
I see. So it's kind of like a showcase of everyone's
so we can show
food.
what we're doing and what we can do and how we can present it. And there's going to be huge investors and people there that are interested. So I'm just so ecstatic about that. That's the biggest thing that's ever happened to us. So
big things coming to Canada, almost as big as coming on the Farm to Table Cannabis show.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm such an egotistical maniac. Did I tell you how many cooking competitions I won?
No, you haven't. I would love to know.
I'm joking. I was going along with my ego. So, did you have any shout outs you wanted to give out? Anyone that got you started? Because I'm also gonna ask you one more question about what kind of recommendations you give to someone trying to aspire to be what you got going.
Sure. I would love to shout out Rebel Chef Series for sure. They're awesome. They've always had love for me. I want to shout out Mellow Moments. She does these beautiful necklaces and jewelry with actual bud inside of it. And Jackie Child, she's an amazing influencer for cannabis industry here in Toronto as well.
Great. All right. And so, and you said the next event you're going to be at, you got legalization coming up next week. We appreciate
the
you
next event I'm going to be at is at the Rebel Chef Series next weekend. And then right at the end of the month is the Weed Stock.
All right. Exciting. So we have a caller. Before we let you go, do you want to take this caller with us? And Vanessa, you're live on the air here too. We'll do a little chef's roundtable.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Melissa and Vanessa and the Hydro Chef. We're going to take this call.
Rhymes. I like that.
Thomas out in Palm Springs. Thomas out in Palm Springs. Are you there, buddy?
Yes, sir, I am.
Hey, Thomas. Thanks for calling Farm to Table Cannabis, man. You got a grow question or a cooking question?
Cooking question. I hear you guys always talking about the magic butter machine, and I was wondering, how does it really create tincture, or how do you use it to create tincture?
Yeah, that's a good question. Now, before I go into my method, I'm going to ask awesome Melissa out in Toronto first. Do you have a tincture that you use personally?
Yeah, I actually made my own Green Dragon tincture, and I use the alcohol method.
And what kind of alcohol do you use?
Well, we don't have the full strength, 100 proof like you guys have there in the States. Everclear. We have this one. It's called. Let me just get out the name here. It's called Spiritus. It's a Polish vodka.
Oh, okay.
It's 80%.
All right. So you take your vodka, or is it, you said Polish Everclear basically?
Yes, basically.
And so you take that, and what other herbs do you put in there besides cannabis, or is it just cannabis?
I just put cannabis in it.
That's great. And so you steep it, and then you make sure it doesn't come to the boiling plate because why? It's flammable, everyone. You don't want to boil alcohol.
You don't want to do that.
And you don't want to burn your weed like that. So, Thomas, that's the Toronto way to do hers. Do you I mean, this would probably be a great question to throw at these folks over here at Crossfaded, because you guys deal with almost a tincture because you're doing a vodka-infused cannabis or cannabis-infused vodka. What kind of tincture methods do you guys recommend?
We exactly almost what she said. We don't use Everclear,
Mm-hmm.
but we do use a lower alcohol level, which is not, if you go 60 and below, it's not good you won't get that result. But
No.
we go 80 proof. We deal with premium vodka. So when we do our Green Dragon, what we do is just do the decarb and then throw it into our alcohol. Our premium vodka.
Perfect. And just let it sit for a little bit.
Let it sit. Let it do its own organic thing those two things by itself.
I think you said up to
let
5
it have
hours.
Sex. Let it have sex by it.
Let it do its thing. I like that. Bring the marriage in. So I'm going to throw, and now you guys can take notes on this one. Cannabis tinctures with alcohol are great, and you might not be in a state where alcohol is allowed to have cannabis in it. So I'm going to give you the recipe for a glycerin tincture right now. You can take decarb cannabis, and you can take a liter of decarb cannabis, and however strong you decide to make it. And Thomas, you're still writing these notes down, right, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Now you're gonna take your favorite cannabis. You're gonna take your magical butter machine, and you're gonna put the glycerin inside the magic butter machine, and you're gonna keep it at the lower setting because you don't want to get the glycerin, just like the alcohol. You don't want to get it too hot. Luckily, the magical butter machine has a low setting for its max setting, so you can't really go above the boiling point, so you won't have a breakout of fire, but it does get really hot. So remember, lowest temperature, tincture setting, you're going to put your cannabis in there, and here's where we take it to the next level, you guys. Go grab some fresh, organic, non-pesticide sprayed herbs, maybe sage, maybe lavender, maybe your favorite flower. throw it in there in the glycerin with the cannabis, let it sit for about 2, 3, 5 hours, however long, how strong you want to make it. Then you're going to strain that through the awesome cheesecloth that comes with the magic butter machine, and now you have a herb tincture that you could use for rubbing on yourself. You could also
love that.
You also could use it to put into drinks, but you got to be careful with glycerin. It is a natural laxative. And if you are going to use glycerin, if you are going to use glycerin, you want to make sure it's a food grade one, like derived from palm oil or palm. Food grade always. So, yep, that's the Hydro Chef's recommendation.
Nice.
Okay,
It
perfect.
works great as a topical and works great as a laxative. give me another toot. There we go. So Thomas, thank you for calling in. We appreciate it. And for calling in, we're going to hook you up with a magical butter machine.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah, bro. You made out like a bandit. We're not going to get any callers for the rest of the night now. But thank you so much, Thomas. We appreciate you calling in Farm to Table Cannabis. And if you want to shoot me a DM at Hydroponic Chef, I'll get that mailed out.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Melissa,
Awesome.
Vanessa, that was a cool little chef round table we had there.
Yes.
So, out there in Toronto doing your thing, we appreciate you coming on Farm to Table Cannabis and shedding a light on what you do. And
Thank you so much for having me.
you know, we love to give you the platform to introduce the world to your products. So go check her out at MJ's Coco Juana.992 on Instagram. You can see some really unique cannabis confections. And we're going to take a break. And, Melissa, we wish you the best up there in Canada. Happy Legalization Day, Canada.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You wouldn't believe. Thank you.
Right on. Big things coming for you. Right on. So we'll be back.
Thanks.
We're going to talk to Crossfaded. We're going to talk to Space Cakes, Edibles. We're going to get Crossfaded, maybe make some cocktails. DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis.
Put the money in the bag. We running these packs like it's track. You fuck with my bank if you lag. You fuck with my bank if you lag. Put the money in the bag. We running these packs like it's track. You fuck with my bank if you lag. You fuck with my bank if you lag. Put the money in the bag. Got TVSB on my back. Got Gasco all in my pack. And Henny goes right down the hatch. And bitches be fiending for cash, but they ain't down with the set. And hustlers never get rest, cause we always be chasing that check. Don't lag on the player, my boys got a sprayer. Put one in the air, cause no one compares. Don't fuck with no haters, no time for the stress, cause our life's the best, reppin' the West. From OC to Oakland, you know what we smoking. Only that potent, and boy, I ain't joking. From OC to Oakland, you know what we smoking. Only that potent, and boy, I ain't joking.
Time to go check on the popper. Fuck around, you gon' get locked up. Hold us back, we still gon' prosper. Whole team eating steak and lobster. Time to go check on the popper. Fuck around, you gon' get locked up. Hold us back, we still gon' prosper. Yeah. Whole team eating steak and lobster. Time to go check on the popper. Ducking and dodging his cop. All they do is give us problems. All they do is give me problems. There's only one way to solve them. Stacking this cash dissolves them. No breaking bad, we on them. No breaking bad, we on them. Whipping the pot, whipping non-stop. Making this weight and we feeding the block. Too much pressure, that's shaking the pop. Not enough time, we going non-stop. Whipping the pot, whipping non-stop. Making this weight and we feeding the block. Too much pressure, that's shaking the pop. Not enough time, we going non-stop.
Put the money in the bag. We running these packs like it's track. You fuck with my bank if you lag. You fuck with my bank if you lag. Put the money in the bag. We running these packs like it's track. You fuck with my bank if you lag. You fuck with my bank if you lag.
DFCRadio.com.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bring in the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9. Okay, men, It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor in fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
Yo, it's BKJ on Team King, and you listening to DFZ Radio. What?
DFZRadio.com.
I want a lot of things in this life. I want some things money can't buy. Like a girl who gon' keep it silent. Yeah. Like a girl who gon' need me one who gon' hold it down when I'm in a drought. Need me one who gon' get this cash when I'm running out. I need me one who gon' love this life I'm living with no problem. Hoes talking.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. Yeah, we got a call in from Canada. We got a call in from Palm Springs. We're having a good show here. Now we're done with the dabs. Let's crack open the cannabis-infused vodka. Everybody, welcome to the show. Crossfaded / Space Cakes Edibles.
Hello.
So go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Adrian.
I'm Vanessa.
There you go. You guys are awesome on the radio. I can see you guys feeding off of each other's energy already, giggling and shit, trying to conduct an interview over here. It's the radio.
For real.
So, you guys, faded, getting cross-faded. It's getting, it's the topic today, and what a coincidence. You guys coming on with cannabis-infused vodka the day Jerry Brown says no more infused cocktails.
Fuck that.
The cannabis industry is still in its infancy out here in California, and already they found a way to fuck it up by, not allowing CBD in cocktails. But lucky for us, we got THC in our cocktail.
Word.
We on the gray market,
Word.
Mr. Brown. But really, tell me about it, you guys. What inspired you to go infused vodka with so much shit on the streets now? Everyone's doing infused Rice Krispie treats or fucking this or that. You guys went something that no one else is doing, and it's unique.
That's what it is. We wanted something that's unique. So we have our space cakes, which is the catering edibles. It's something that I've wanted to do.
So Space Cakes came first.
Space Cakes, came first. About over 2 years now in October.
Nice.
Oh, actually, we are in October. What am I talking about?
Yeah, so
Halloween.
Happy 2 year, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we started because I have my culinary background.
So you also went to culinary school.
I went to culinary school.
This is probably only like the fourth time we've ever had a certified chef in here. Everyone else has just been hard knocking it. There ain't nothing wrong with hard knocking it. I'm just, it's nice to see someone actually going and get the education and the background to take it to it too. So, favorite mother sauce.
Yeah. Oh, velouté.
Oh, see, all right. See, I threw some curveballs at her when I said I wasn't.
Don't do that. You're making me sweat now.
There you go. So, cannabis-infused vodka. What's the method? How are we going to infuse this? And first, what's with the name crossfaded? You're going to get people looking at you like, hey, are you promoting crossfaded? The baggage comes along with that. And I mean, I'm a person that have been crossfaded my whole life. Beer and buds is definitely, where I got my culinary education. I mean, it's not a big jump to infused vodka. So
well, crossfaded, the name came after. The recipe was developed before that, but we actually went to a party, a friend's party, and we smoked and we were drinking. And like that day I got crossfaded. I felt like I was on the Gravitron at the fair. Like I was slammed to. It was hard. It was a hard. Like never did I. And not only that, my friend they gave me a THC infused juice. and I had that, so I was balls deep, like cross-faded. I was in the toilet. I was like, it was just hard for me.
So your first thought was, what can I do to pass on this experience to other people?
Who's next? Who's next?
Who else wants to get crossfaded? No,
Well,
but
that
we always like to talk about drinking responsibly and cannabis consumption responsibly. Hold on, let me hit this. Now, when you are doing with the cannabis infused vodkas and the weed into that, you do come with some of the stigma that comes into that. So what would you say to a person who's just experimenting with cannabis and they are a drinker?
We've had customers or people that would want to try it. We always say a shot of what we do is equivalent, like let's say 2 ounces a shot, a regular shot, as for bartending, 2 ounces. We use half of that, and we always say little bit goes along. Just try it out first. We on our other event, we had people that had never tried weed, alcohol, yes, and we let them try it. They came back and they were very. They came back 45 minutes later and they were very happy about how they felt.
And giddy.
Of course, I mean undoubtedly a little cannabis and some vodka that's going to make you feel good. So what is the method you guys use for this?
The old method, we just let it do its thing in the alcohol.
Yeah.
So kind of like the Green Dragon.
Yeah, we decarb. We do do the process. We do that, and we let it do its thing organically. Let it sit there. Let it do its thing. Like I said earlier, let them have their intimate moment, have sex.
So that's let the cannabis and the vodka break down together, all freaky deaky style.
Thing,
squirt.
Once in a while we'll come in and we'll be like, hey, what's going on? Shake it up a bit.
So you agitate the jars and stuff.
We agitate.
Are you using a industrial machine like a magical butter machine, or
we don't? It's on me.
Our hands.
I'm the magical butter.
We're shaking
machine.
it up. We're shaking it up on our own.
Yeah, I'm the one that it's error and trial. I try different methods, and the method that I have right now, it's what's working. We both actually made this recipe. We just made it. He has his part, I have my part into it, and it just works.
A labor of love, right?
Yeah.
That for CrossFit in itself, I for me personally, I think that it's something that I enjoyed regardless. In certain things, whether it's cigarettes, whether it's weed, or cannabis, or alcohol, it's not for everybody. You know what I mean?
So yeah, exactly.
And so at the end of the day, we're not gearing or trying to make everybody get our product. At the end of the day, we want the same people that, just like ourselves, that enjoy getting stoned.
And there is a market for that, is what you're saying. So anyone
in a $1 billion industry.
And so what would you say to someone who says, that's illegal? No, you can't have cannabis and weed together. That's illegal.
Okay.
Thank you for your comment.
High five.
That's like your opinion.
Hey, your opinion matters. Debbie Downer.
Maybe my product's not for you.
Right. It's not made for everybody at the end of the day.
So is this is this good straight? Do I want to mix this? How do we consume this?
You can either take a shot or mix it. We make cocktails with it. We have Smokey the Bear cocktail.
And the Red Light District.
And the Red Light District cocktail that we just created. That we do mix. Either way, a shot tastes really good. It has that like citrusy notes, even though it's GG4. It just I don't know what it does when we're fucking in their jar, but they're making something nice up in the flavors.
With this, we're not really able to know the percentage. The dosage rate can vary from batch to batch. This is more like a moonshine, a bootleg product. This isn't something you're going to be able to find at every.
We've tested out with the T-check. And according to what we have in our formula, it's 240. I like that. Sliding that. 240 degrees.
Milligrams.
So you're controlling it into each batch. You're having a little bit more control.
Correct.
Initially I think, gosh, all cannabis infused drinks in the future are going to be used with distillate or some force.
Yeah.
So that it's not, it's not going to be so tasty like cannabis. So when I see your product, it's got a little green tint to it, and like you said, it's the old school way of doing
and
things.
the trichomes, they're there. Like, we love to have that. Like, anybody
put it
that
up
we
to
talk
the light,
to,
you can see the
see
trichomes swimming in there.
Well, not only that, but it's not cloudy in the sense that it's got material or plant material in there.
Yeah.
It's
either.
organic
so
in
you guys
itself.
Are,
We're leaving it to its purity form.
So you guys are doing these small batch cannabis-infused vodka crossfaded. Now let's talk about the space cakes for a minute. Then we'll take a commercial break, and I'm going to try some of this cannabis-infused vodka or tincture or whatever you want to call it. Space cakes. What's your signature product?
That's a nice question.
we have so many. It would be. You know what's funny? It's our turkey sliders. Turkey sliders.
I thought the same thing.
It's the holiday season. They're talking fall flavors.
Yeah, that's been and our sticky icky danky wangs. Those two are
some hot wings.
You're not joking with me. Say that.
No,
say
sticky
that
icky,
again.
sticky icky danky wangs.
Bomb.
Sticky icky stanky wings.
Bomb.
I knew this dude. We used to call him Icky Dicky Stinky Winker.
Okay,
hey,
well.
what? One in the what? Stinker.
Yeah, he's going somewhere else with that.
Anyways,
but those are two that we've they've been requested, they've been asked for, and we've it's just sliders and wings, but it's something that we put flavor into it. I put the flavor into it.
So we got a call coming in. Let's see what kind of flavor they can put into it.
Ooh, sazon.
You're on the line, DFZ Radio.
Hi, is this the hydroponic chef?
Yeah, it's Miss
I
Kelly.
love
Where
your
you?
bio. I read your bio. I've been watching your show and even some previous casts. You're awesome. And I'm supposed. I know I sound like a kid, but it's because I'm so excited I'm talking to you. But I'm supposed to ask you if there's any more butter machines.
Oh, you got
Oh
to
my
ask.
God, I just lost my memory.
Hold on now.
Okay.
Let's put you on the hot seat for a minute. Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from, Miss Kelly?
Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Ooh.
There we go. She's excited. She represents her city. Now,
Yo.
Are you a gardener or are you a cooker?
I am marketing in the marketing department of an aspiring caterer confection of edibles.
Okay.
Incredible, delectable edibles.
All right. So you work for Incredible Edibles. No, just.
I work for. I'm working with. I'm just doing a contra for Hugs and Kisses with a niece for someone that you just spoke with.
Oh, okay.
The lovely Melissa.
There we go. Awesome. And so you're calling from Canada, and your question needs to be about gardening or cooking, and then we'll see. I think we have a prize for you. Let's see if we have.
Okay, I'm an old lady, so be nice.
Okay, we're not sure if there's any butter machines, but we know we got something for you. So go ahead and ask.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Ask your gardening question.
Is someone going to ask me, or I'm asking you?
We're asking if you had a question this evening. Usually that's how it works. You ask a question,
I'm sorry.
we hook you
But
up.
I'm a little senile. That's okay. My gardening question is: do the roots of an herb plant stray? I always wondered this. Do the roots of a marijuana plant stray onto other roots in a garden?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
If they're all sharing the same bed, yeah, Kelly. Yeah.
Oh boy, that sounds good. Oh,
Now-
sorry.
That's it. They're having their fun down there, kind of like
They're having their fun down there.
infusing like they would with the vodka over here.
No, I'm kidding.
So Kelly, we appreciate you calling in. You missed Melissa's interview by about 5 minutes. If you would have called in 5 minutes earlier, but we're still gonna hook you up.
Because it was on my calendar. But aren't you going to broadcast it on that site, and then I can
on that site
record both your voices?
Work with us here. Give us a free shout out. Who's hooking you up every Wednesday night? DFZRadio.com and
DFZRadio.com. I love it. Are you kidding? I went through all the shows. I was like, I read the bios. It's awesome.
That's it. There you go.
But we say DZF, but it really is awesome. I'm so glad that I was introduced. Seriously.
Well, we appreciate you calling in, Kelly, and I hope you're gardening because unfortunately you didn't win the Magic Butter Machine, but you did win some Roots products from our good folks over at General Hydroponics. We're going to send you some some Rapid Start, and that's a that's a great product you can use on your roots. It's going to focus on your root growth. You can use that all the way through veg. It'll help with your secondary root growth, that nutrient uptake and root growth. So when you're sharing that bed full of roots like we were talking about, they'll be healthy. There you go. No spreading diseases.
Thank you so very much. I graciously appreciate it, and I absolutely love your station. I love you. I love the shows.
Thank you so much. Make sure Melissa gets us your information so we can send you that Roots product along with another care package and a rose and a love letter from me.
Thank you so very much.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, we got to take a break, and we're going to come back and take shots with Crossfaded, Space Cakes, DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis. Yo.
Hold it down. Who gon' keep it real? Who gon' roll my blunts when this shit get real? Yeah, 2-5 can't think I'm gone off loud. Top shelf moon rock, she keep loud. Snapchat booming, got the hating hoes trolling. Out in public, she wrap around my ridges like a rolling. Rolling and dough. That's what she do on the low. That's what she do when she high. When I need it, she provide. When I'm sober, she supply. Half an ounce to get me by. Double that up and now I'm making money on the side. Break her out before I slide like. Put that up on my dead homie. She ride for me more than the homies. Now I got dreams. I'm living in cars, but she don't look at me like I am homeless. She look at me like I'm a star. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly what I am. Damn girl, you're so real. Need me one who gon' hold it down when I'm in a drought. Need me one who gon' get this cash when I'm running out. I need me one who gon' love this life I'm living with no problem. Hoes talking down with my baby. Got 'em. Need me one, need me one, need me one. I need me one, need me one, need me one. I need me one, need me one who gon' hold it down, who gon' keep it real, who gon' roll my blunts when this shit get real. Yeah, need me one who always keep it solid, always keep it loyal, always gon' pick up when I call her, always on the go. Gotta get that dough, talking about that bread when I'm feeling low. She gon' come talk me off the ledge. Always on time, moving slow when I'm with you. I respect your grind, cause you always look out for your boo. And you hold me down, yeah, when I'm up, yeah. If I fall, can you be my crush? You so clutch. It's some real shit I gotta tell you. Like, you the one I want, you the one I need, you the one I see at the other end of my wet dream. Like, spec. Need me one who gon' hold it down when I'm in a drought. Need me one who gon' get this cash when I'm running out. I need me one who gon' love this life I'm living with no problem. Hoes talking down with my baby. Got 'em. Need me one, need me one, need me one. I need me one, need me one, need me one. I need me one, need me one who gon' hold it down, who gon' keep it real, who gon' roll my blunts when this shit get real. Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to Non-Specific Hydro.
Yeah, hey, I have a buddy of mine that was telling me about a great additive.
Okay, do you remember the name?
Yeah, his name's Steve. He's a good buddy.
No, the product.
No, he told me it was a super concentrated organic enhancer. Comes in a yellow bottle.
Well, it sounds like he's talking about Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics.
I don't think that was the name, but he also told me it was a vegan bioplant stimulator that contained vitamins, plant sugars, amino acids, seaweed extract.
Yeah, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
I don't think that's it, man. He told me it was something like Dora Vicious Flush or something, and he said it was like an organic supplement that could also be used in vegging or flowering, and that was compatible with hydro, soil, and cocoa.
Yes, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
Oh, hey, man, I just remembered what it's called. It's Floralicious Plus.
Oh, good. I was drawing a blank.
Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics. Ask for it by name.
DFZRadio.com.
the bottle. Got so much money that you think we won the lotto. This is big boy stuntin', it's a hard act to follow.
So pour me a shot and I'm ready to go. I see a hot girl taking shots down the throat. Come on, baby girl, we can rock and roll. You can bring your friends, we can rock the show. We can mix it up, a little goose and dro. But no mixed drinks, leave your juice at home. Ain't no stopping once you lose control. Get on top, girl, and lose them clothes. It's just something you gotta see. Come on, baby
We're
girl,
back,
we got shots.
DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis. You know we had to take that smoke break. We're about to do some cocktails. We got cross-faded in the building. So what
Yep.
kind of cocktails do you guys like to make?
Shots.
Straight up.
Straight up. Shots.
Neat. Well, usually we take shots. We like the shots.
Sloppy.
Because for some reason, again, I'm gonna go with the sex of the flower and the vodka. They do something that it just minimize the strength of the shot. The vodka kind of minimizes, so you could take them like almost like they're water.
Well,
but we do have some cocktails on our crossfaded Instagram account that we do. We have two right now. That's called Smokey the Bear, and the other one's called the Red Light District.
So premium vodka. This ain't none of that cheap shit. First things first, we got to try it by itself. Make sure it's good enough for a cocktail.
Yes, sir.
All right, see? Like the late, great Anthony Bourdain, that does not suck. All right. Now,
R.I.P. R.I.P.
I'm gonna do a pineapple banana kush martini with your
Boom.
guys' product, okay?
Boom.
So
Love
we
that.
got this banana OG terpenes. We've got your guys' cannabis infused vodka. I'm gonna do about 2 ounces of that, and then my favorite mixer in the fucking world. Shout out to the
yes.
homies, Dab Chelada. That shit's the truth. You guys can smell those terpenes in the air. I just opened up that shit. Non-cannabis derived terpenes, but very much matches the profile of the banana kush. It's a really unique product. I'm gonna go 1 ounce of that to 2 ounces of the vodka, and then just a little spritz of the terpene, because you know you don't want to have too much of a good thing. That's about it. Just a little, just to get it going.
That's what she said.
There you go.
That terp.
Nice.
Boom. All right. Jerome, my dude, welcome to the show. Jerome made it. We're just here. We're having fun with the cross-faded crew.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
you know, what's the next event you guys are going to be at?
Actually, this Sunday, the 21st, which is it? Is it this Sunday? I don't know. I'm lost. But October 21st, we are at the Vintage and Vinyl. This is the third Vintage and Vinyl at the Offbeat Bar in LA. We're the only vendors there, and we are the only vendors that serve food, and not only that, medicated food option. It's we have one of our friends. Oh my gosh.
Cheeto.
Cheeto.
The homie Cheeto.
He's a old school DJ, Soul Patrol, so he's gonna be there DJing. They're gonna be selling. He's part of a scooter club, and it's kind of like a little, you know, vendor sell like.
You guys are a gang. Just say it. You guys are a fucking gang. You're having a picnic. I know. You guys park the cars
It's
on
a
the lawn.
non-profit, bro. It's a non-profit.
You guys have an uncle named Chico.
Cheeto.
Cheeto. The homie
Yeah.
Cheeto.
Salute to Cheeto.
Salute
Yes,
to
sir.
Cheeto.
Uncle Cheeto.
Uncle Cheeto. Uncle Chi
And
Chi.
yeah, so can you smell the banana terpenes in there?
Yeah. Oh. It's very,
So
ooh,
again,
I love
thank
that
you to
refreshing.
Banana Kush. I mean, thank you.
See? Can I see
The
that?
true terpenes. I'll read anything that's on the fucking prompter.
Banana Kush.
Jerome's shirt says hashtag fuck Blue Dream.
Man, that's good.
That's unique. I've never heard that one before. So you guys, anybody you want to give a shout out to before we head off into this cooking demo?
Just to the people that have been following us and been supporting us, the ones that have given us good reviews on our personal reviews on our Crossfaded.
For the ones that matter.
For the ones that matter, Actually, Gingy loves Jameson, one of her girls.
The homie.
Ginger, Andrea, she's good support, Yahoo too for all the stuff that he,
Jay,
support.
yeah. The homie Jay, Jared too.
And actually my mom too, even though
Cheeto.
she doesn't listen to it. She doesn't, she's half and half with what I do.
She don't do the crossfaded.
Oh, she's tried it.
She actually has.
Mom's more into bath salts.
She actually has.
He got her crossfaded at 4th of July.
4th of July.
She was speaking to the Virgin Mary.
Say, true story.
But even
True
though
story.
she's not 100% with what I do and understanding.
Not after you dosed her. Shit.
she asked for it. What the fuck?
Yeah, she did.
Speaking to Guadalupe.
Yeah. That was her actually. You sound so.
Dude,
Were you there?
I'm gonna do. You guys, I'm gonna do that for the next prank call.
Yeah, you should.
Hola, I'm looking for some Floralicious Plus. ¿Por qué? All right, you guys, we're going to go into the cooking portion of the show. We're going to sign off here. Every Wednesday night, we're hooking you up at 5 o'clock with the top industry edible brands and the top cannabis gardening products. All you got to do is pay attention. You might learn something.
Word.
DFZ Radio.
.com.
Way too sexy in that dress tonight, so turn it up. Tell the bartender I need some chemicals up in my cup. Now I'm so twisted off of these liquids. Fuck, we both drunk and she keep on talking. My ears are smearing her lip gloss all over my smear now. But I can't say shit, cause I'm just too wasted. Higher than a spaceship, and I can't feel my face yet. Drunk and hot girls, my favorite thing about the weekends. We can begin all of the drink. Like a boss, every day is the motto, and we be in the club.
DFZRadio.com.
Welcome back, DFZ Radio Kitchen Studio. The hydroponic chef bringing you another cannabis-infused meal. This week, bringing you another cannabis-infused beef fajita. We're going to take some marinade that we made with our vegetable oil from Ganja Eats. We're going to put that with some pineapple juice, some lemon, and some lime, along with some cumin. Pull all those flavors together and grill it, and chop up some vegetables from the garden, and we'll make some black beans and rice to accompany this cannabis-infused fajita mix. It started on our marinade for this cannabis-infused beef fajita. We're going to take 3 tablespoons of the Ganja Eats cannabis-infused olive oil, and we're going to take about 3 tablespoons of this pineapple juice, and we're going to take a whole lime and a whole lemon and squeeze them right into this mix. This citrus acid is going to break down some of that meat, the beef flap. And now the beef flap that comes off the ribeye, that's as they trim it up and get it ready for processing and serving in your local butcher. That's the flap meat that comes right off the side there. So that's a really high quality piece of meat that's really tender but really cheap at the same time. So we've got some lemon and some lime. We've got the citric acid in there. And we're also gonna add about a tablespoon of cumin. The cumin's got a really great spicy flavor to it, and it's a quintessential Spanish seasoning. Then we're gonna get some coriander in there, which is basically just cilantro. And then we're gonna get a little bit of pepper in there. We're gonna mix all this up. And then we're gonna finish it off with about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and then your favorite hot sauce. I use a Cholula. Yours can be whatever you want. Mix this up, and we're gonna use a plastic bag because that's what's easiest, and we're gonna throw this in on our marinade. So let's marinate this, and we'll get started on our cannabis-infused black beans and rice. Get our rice and our beans going. So for the beans, we're gonna take half of the onion that we're gonna use for the fajitas, and we're gonna dice that up and get that on the stovetop, and that'll be the base flavor for our black beans and rice. We're also gonna take half of the green pepper, we're gonna dice that up, and we're gonna put that in the same pan and saute it with about a tablespoon of this cannabis-infused Ganja Eats vegetable oil. Then we'll throw in our black beans and rice, a tablespoon of this Worcestershire sauce, and we'll let it come to a low simmer, let it sit for about 20 minutes while our beef is marinating. Let's get this cracking. We're gonna take 2 tablespoons of our vegetable oil that's been infused with cannabis. We're gonna take our vegetables, our onions, and our green peppers, and I've got 2 smashed cloves of garlic, and we're gonna let those sweat over a medium-high heat. After your green peppers and your onions and garlic have sweated a little bit, you're gonna get about a tablespoon of cumin in there. You're gonna put in your black beans, and this is when you would add your liquid ingredients. So I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of the Worcestershire sauce. And we're also gonna get a tablespoon of our very favorite hot sauce in there. We're gonna let this simmer at a medium heat for about 20-15 minutes while we cook up our fajita meat. Let's chop up those vegetables for this cannabis-infused fajita feast. Finish up with our vegetable prep. We've got our cast iron skillet. We're gonna cook on the grill using the cast iron skillet, one of my favorite ways to cook. We've got some fresh vegetables from the garden. We've got some bell peppers and some jalapenos. We've got some store-bought onions. And when it comes to growing your own produce, and especially this time of year, you want to use a high-quality silicate product like Armor SI from General Hydroponics. Silicate is a cell wall builder, and that's going to help with higher quality fruit. It's going to help with drought resistance. It's also going to help with disease resistance. So high quality product, General Hydroponics, Armor SI. We're going to cut up some avocado. We'll put this alongside some of those jalapenos and some of those peppers in the fajita dish. And we're going to finish up cutting these vegetables, and then we're going to plate up this dish, put some of those fajitas on the grill for a cannabis-infused fajita feast. Cast iron pan on the grill. We got a tablespoon of the Ganja Eats vegetable oil on there. Let's throw in our vegetables. We'll pull all these flavors together, and we're going to grill up this pan on the grill. So let's get this going. Peppers. We got some onions. Some more peppers. Let's get it all in there. It's not going to take long for those to get done on the grill in that cast iron pan. And our beef is cut really thin, so it's going to cook super fast. So let's finish this up. We'll get the beef on there, and then we'll plate this beautiful cannabis-infused fiesta. Vegetables are done. Let's get the meat on the grill. Now the meat's gonna cook really quick, about 2 minutes aside. Give it a flip. Let's get our tortillas heated up. You can use the grill or you can heat them up traditionally. I like a little smoky flavor on my tortillas. Our meat's finished cooking. Let's take this tortillas and the vegetables off the grill, take it inside and plate up this cannabis-infused fajita feast. Our black beans and rice finished. We're gonna do a healthy scoop of the black beans with the cannabis-infused vegetable oil and the peppers and the onions. And now that that's done, we got our beef off the grill. We're gonna cut up some of that beef, make it look all beautiful in some strips. We've got our cannabis-infused vegetables that we grew in our hydroponic garden with our Armor SI. And now, so if you want to win your very own Armor SI, subscribe to this week's video, the cannabis-infused fajitas cooked over the cast iron skillet on the grill, and you can win just for subscribing. Hydroponic Chef approved, dfzradio.com.
dfzradio.com.